Hey, Gremlin here with Hunter coming in. Welcome back to Satisfactory. So now that we have verticality and nudging stuff, I've really been waiting on that. Fixed the spacing on the blueprinted batteries. It turned out the first one I put down was like slightly off, and everything after that was a cascading failure. So, Tori, I can go over there in a sec. We did this last time, which I could use, but I'm apparently not using. But it's kind of a neat system because once you have it, you don't need it. Because it carries enough electricity that it's just its own, you can fly. And to that end, if I go over to where the batteries are, you're coming in at some point, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
still
working on it.
working.
Because I got a couple of things. What's up?
Bored of standard orange and gray factories, try our fix-it-approved color gun. Oh wait, that's not in the game anymore.
It's not?
I think there was a version before the version that we had.
Because, yeah, if you hit X, you can color stuff.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't
kind
think
of
that's a color gun.
Okay, well, I don't know. I was going to go diagonally to get there, but apparently that doesn't work. There might be power lines, but this I can see. I know what I'm doing. I'll get over there. Hang on. Alright, so you want you want nuts, don't you?
Yeah, nuts, berries, mushrooms. There's
So-
a sphere just right near the house.
I'm going to grab it. We have 235 right now, so pick it up and then upload it, and it should show up here, right?
Good. I don't know why I'm calling that a house. It's not.
236. So this is our first level of batteries, and they're like 84% because we just added a bunch. So what happened was when I started putting these in, it was just off by somehow like half a meter, and everything following just followed that mistake until I realized that I started filling these in sort of like this but different, and it just started getting crunchy, like how much space I really didn't have. So tore that all out. On the bright side, if it's a blueprint, you can dismantle. I don't want to right now, but you can dismantle the whole blueprint and get everything from it, which includes 2,500 wire, which we don't really need for much right now. Well, if I did more of these, but then I have to put it back. So that's going on. And yeah, like I said, everything's at about 84 because this is about half done. I think we need probably like 20 more instances of the blueprints themselves to fill this in, and then we can go up like another stack. At some point it's going to be stupid just adding batteries all the time, although we do have the material. But yeah, it's coming along. It's fine. And this way, if we really take some stuff apart, I'm not sure what we would take apart that would cause a problem, because a lot of our power is coming from coal burners that are fine. There's nothing to worry about with those. It's more fuel burners that are causing problems for us in terms of messiness, that we just put them down and they're not looking great. But so, and then this of course is, we're pulling up copper from over here, and then these are all, well, that is copper, and these are smelting them, and then the ingots go over here and switch back and become, now that's still ingots. Where am I looking? These things are producing wire, which again, we need 2,500 wire. We need 5 stacks. Is it 5? I think so. It sounds right, because there's 25 in the... Yeah, so you have to deplete everything we have online to build one blueprint for batteries, and it's just... we use it up quickly. And with this, we have uploaders, so it fills in again pretty quickly. Which means our next issue, actually, is that those frames are what take a minute to refill. I did set up a second factory at home to make those that just go into the sorting system, because we seem to be running low on them overall. But
Alright, they're called modular frames.
yeah, you need 250. You need all of them, because just like they stacked at 50, so you need all 5 stacks to build a battery bank. It's a thing.
They're made entirely out of iron.
Yeah, I already did it. It's happening.
No, I was just thinking, if you really want a lot of them,
We could do it here. I know.
a
I'm
few
aware.
places that
Yeah.
have a lot of iron.
We could totally do it, but it's still, what do you want to do? Fly back and forth and pick them up? We'd still be uploading them.
Yeah,
So
but
that's the
we'd
point.
be uploading them at a faster rate like we are the copper wire.
Probably. And if it's just until we get done, you know, build this up until we're tired of doing, which we stopped because we're tired of doing it. We got this much done. Anyway, I put a lift in here because, well, to get out of here without this here, you have to go all the way there and then catch the ramp and then go up to where the tracks are. But this way, you can A, go down and get the lift, which is not down here as far as I know. So that's coming in from wherever the hell it is. Probably see it eventually, but you can, because this is power... Am I wrong? Oh, I thought that worked. I guess I need floor. There it goes. Well, that's good. Currently, I need it. If it had stops, that wouldn't do any good as stops because there's no floor. You'd be able to fly straight up the thing because that's how that works. The trick with these is, so far as I can tell, no matter what I try, there's a maximum height of like 250 meters or something. And there is no adding on to that once you're done. Although, there is putting in a floor whenever I get up here and figure out which way I'm supposed to be facing, I think. That way. These doors open, then there's this one, which is right here because I can just fly up. Yeah, I can see this is close enough that by the time I get to the top with this, as long as this has power, and I guess it just always can, I don't know. I'm still trying to understand these things a little bit. That's essentially that. But it does give us options if we want if we want to be able to fly up real high with the things that we have, these backpack hover packs. We can just put in a lift that doesn't honestly cost that much, and that'll work fine. Let's get in, get you, go home, self-driving. So, the other thing, oh, I may ditch the train and walk home. So I was going to point out something here too, and I forgot. I might have time to... I'll just ditch the train. I'll get it home. So, here we have an oil field. A new one. A newer one. We actually have a third that's newer than this, I think. But, and there's a drone port that is trying all day, every day to fly oil from here to where we live over there. Except we're full over there, like the entire sorting, well, the entire column that contains oil in the sorting system is full. It doesn't have to be, we could empty it out and use it for stuff, and that's why I've got Oil Factory at Home on the list over there. Whoa, I was wrong, don't jump, I'll fall off the map. And the train's just going to be fine, it'll stop at home, I think, and I'll delete it when I get there. We almost could just have one train looping. We know that works. And then if it's not nearby, put down a train. That won't work. No, it won't work, 'cause if we go the other way with it, we'll run into it. It won't work. We could build a whole second track. I don't want to. This one, I think, is oil that goes home. Yeah. And it's pretty full right now because there's just no room to... The drone is at home waiting for space to drop off the oil it contains. Otherwise, here we're doing rubber mostly because we need rubber at home, and that's going in here to get... It must have just left a minute ago. Which means we have this big mess that we'll tear out once we're done making more rubber than we'll ever need. But yeah, if we... because once you have oil, like there's the well, there's nothing in it. It's just running at basic rate. We could speed it up. We're just not doing that. Well, with the oil, we're packaging it. Wherever the hell I'm doing that, it's somewhere. I can figure out where it ends up. I can figure out where it starts. Is it this? Okay, so yeah, it's being packaged in here with canisters. Canisters come from, apparently below on that, from plastic, which we're making from oil. So, that part of the job is done. We just have oil in portable form. I mean, oil's portable anyway if you have pipes, but pipes kind of suck. So, this being flown home, we could unpackage it in a packager, throw it into essentially one of these, although I think this is... No, that's crude oil. So we can either make rubber at home and residue, which we burn, or we can make plastic at home and residue, or whatever else you can make directly out of oil, which I don't know offhand what that would be. Well, you can package it, you can make plastic, make rubber, make fuel. I forgot about that one. We're good on fuel, I think. We don't have to worry too much about that.
The fuel is the one that gets burned, I think.
Yeah, and what we do with it typically is convert it ultimately into rocket fuel, which is better, and that's what's powering our drones. We can package it, we can make just, well, residue's an element. You have to get rid of it, or you have to convert it to that, maybe. More resin, which we're pretty good on. Oh yeah, you make diamonds, we're doing that. In a particle accelerator, though, that's a big job. Yeah, so we could unpackage this stuff, but I gotta figure out how to get out of here now. Oh, this'll... We can unpackage it at home, throw it into a refinery, I guess that's what that is. And send it, through pipes to wherever, depending what we're making at, or... Well, it would have to be pipes, or else we'll just fill up on some liquid that we have to get rid of at some point. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm also thinking... Well, let me get home and I'll show you what I'm thinking. Hang on. Okay, train can go away. I mean, I could just leave it there. Or again, just let it circuit, but then we can only go anti-clockwise, and more than half the time we want to go that way first, so it's a thing. So, yeah, oil factory, that would be the second thing. Let me drop off whatever this all is, including your nuts. So I could put a lift in anywhere, because if you're on this side of the simple sorter, whatever, you can more or less get up here because the power lines, wherever they are over there, allow for it. You can really, I might even make it to the top. It looks like I could. Yeah. Oh, wait. Getting slow. That's about up, but it's really close to the top is the point. The other side, there's no power lines at all, so you can get up a couple of boxes, and however far the one power line on the ground allows you to get. And since we're filling up, we're filling up on whatever, half of these are full actually, but we're really watching for plastic and rubber. But if I just jump, and I'll let you know when I'm allowed to fly. There it is. So this is how high up we can get right now, and that's not enough. Because we don't have anything in these boxes yet. So you can climb up the ladders, but who wants to? So what I'm thinking is if we set up is that transport, I assume? Yeah. We set up a lift. Whether we ever use this for anything is irrelevant. But I think I can probably do the same thing that I was counting on. Where's the nearest... Well, let's put it here. That's fine. And then go up however high this is willing to go, which is apparently 196 meters. Okay. That's good for now, and then that doesn't do much for us because it has to be powered to let me get up there at all. So, connect that. Now this should be powered enough. Although the other one didn't let me do this, so I don't know. I might need to put in stops to keep this going. So I guess just figure out that looks okay. And then if I power that with... Can I do this? I sort of assume so, I just haven't really tested it. Not really. What if I set it there? What if I set it there? Figure this out eventually. Does that let go of me? If it's in the thing, is it powered? It is. It's powered. I don't have to pick it up at all. So we'd just do that. And then get up here to the top-ish. And it's just enough, okay. I don't think I can add to this now, because again, you got a maximum height. There's no way to do it. But that's there, and it's just a lift that if you open the door, you fall down, it's fine. But now I'm up here. There's that, and then I can just kind of descend a bit and see where that one's full to that point. And that's there. So that tells us that. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just something I wanted to do. With the oil, we have that stocked at, well, it's right here. I think it's the second one in. I'm right, it's in here. Yeah. So here's a whole column of oil. So each one of these has, well, 4,800 barrels of oil. All the way down to, I think, yeah, that's burning it if it does get in. So that one's empty. But this one is 4,800. This one probably has, like, yeah, 4 of them. So we have that, and we can pull it out from anywhere. We've got floors here and there to facilitate conveyor belts. So we just have to find a floor that matches up with an output port, which I don't just see. So there's one. No, that doesn't look right. How does this work? Oh, well, so there's, yeah, we could throw it, but that would just be clutter. It's not impossible. Oh, you know, I could also, I was thinking about this. We recently switched over to using the programmable splitters. These are not those. These are just, if it's wire, well, some of it goes that way in case it fills up, but since we use a lot of wire, the other half of the wire that makes it to this point flips back and goes to where it should be, and then there's also a thing here, not there. Yeah, so wire, half the wire goes in there, and then half that doesn't go in there goes in, it's a thing. That all aside, these actually could just be programmed so we don't have so many stacked up. We just say anything that's in the list goes where we want it. But it's not a big deal, it just occurred to me I might update that sometime. Yeah, as far as, and we have some room here, I guess. I mean, we just fill this in with stuff, and then, yeah, or, yeah, because oil's here, so that would make the most sense. So, the flaw in that, well, A, this is in the way. Why is this jammed up, by the way? What did we get full on that we're not accounting for? That's Caterium. That's not on the list, is it? We're full on a Caterium, apparently. What's that? That'll clear that up. So yeah, we don't have to worry about... I mean, we can send Caterium in here, but it doesn't help anymore. It's full wherever it is. It is... yeah, full. So, when that's full, that's apparently full. Rubber, I just mentioned we're still doing. Steel's full. So everything but the rubber on this side. Iron's the first thing to fill up. Copper's full. Aluminium. And reanimated Sam will be full by the end of the episode, I think. Probably. That's neat. So that's just 3 more of these that we're filling up, and then we can just sort of stop sending everything here. But yeah, if we had oil here and doing something with it, we could make the rubber and plastic and whatever for one thing. So if we pick a spot, that's an output, we could do it that way. It's this one, right? No. It's weird, I thought it was 2 in up there. I guess it's 3. If we just snake this out, like, we just basically do that, and that should fill up with barrels in a sec here, right? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So with that done, we can just build out a platform above whatever. I can't think of a reason we couldn't... You know, let me make sure about that. Give me the oil one back. Yeah, give me that. No, not that. Give me crude oil. because if I unpackage the barrel, we get that. So that would, if we made plastic, we would also get residue. Rubber is also residue. Resin, which the only thing that's good for is making plastic. We're not doing much else with it. Also gets us fuel. Packaging, it gets us packaged, so that's not it. Alternately, we could... How is that different? Oh, it's because it's not fuel, it's residue. And that's also residue. What the hell is the difference here? Just the number? Oh, it's, yeah, one makes more of the other. Okay, well, we don't really want either of these. We're good on that stuff, and we have diamonds happening somewhere, so that's handled. And that's what we can do. So really, it's about rubber and plastic. Or fuel, if we want it, but...
Do we really need any of those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if we made plastic and rubber at home, we'd go through those. Even though we're making a lot and droning it in, there's still, like, gaps in the production because the drone takes time to fly here. The plastic is actually coming in on the conveyor belt, but it's the same issue. It's not... If we drone in the oil, I think we'll get plastic and rubber faster than if we bring that in once it's made. So it makes sense to me. So if we had, is that not soupy yet? Okay. It's right on the edge. If we just go a ways with this, build out a bit of a, room to walk around. I don't think how big anything really is. I guess, well, I could probably just finish off this, just do this, and do that, and that'll look like it was the plan all along. That's good. This should go into an a packager, and it's just the unpackaging format of... Those are, like, stacked. That's weird. I don't know if that's a bug or what. Doesn't seem like they should be. This has got to be production, right? So, packager lines up. Am I under... Yeah. Lines up with this thing, I guess. Maybe just clear of that overhang. Yeah, let's put that there and plug it into something that we can. Let's put it on the edge here first. Get down where I can see. We'll just put that there and then plug that into down there is fine. That ought to be on... Well, it's not. I want unpackaged... That one. And we can speed this up if we want, but... if we just throw that in... That should just start happening. It won't really go anywhere. We're going to fill up both on the crude oil and the empty canisters. The empty canisters we could theoretically send off just right over here because, well, let me see how we're even doing on those. Arguably, we're wasting a bunch of plastic making canisters here that end up, we're pretty full on those right here, end up over here to package water because that fills up. And then once that, well, part of the problem right now is we're really full on aluminium, so it's just all backed up as far as making this stuff. Is it going? Yeah, that's filled up. Hang on a sec. Okay, yeah, so if we just sent the canisters out over to here, we could stop sending all this plastic, which we could otherwise store because that's what we want to do with it. That would work fine. It would basically just take out this line at some point, like right now. It's fine. Is that doing anything but? Yeah, that is just for plastic, so let's just take that out. And that'll be the end of that. When these get used up, we'll get rid of the constructor, I assume, and just punch in the empty canisters. It'll look just like those. It'll be fine. That'll be however long it takes. Well, actually, like, help this thing along by taking out all of this and putting it where it goes. If there's room to put it there. This just got busy, huh? Pretty much because it all backed up. Yeah, alright, well. You know, I know where it's going. I'm just going to go. Okay. We'll bypass the conveyor. Just get in here. Go. Alright, so now we're going to have up here is already oil waiting to be used for anything. And that goes into a refinery. We'll deal with the canisters last. Because there's still... We have to get through the... whatever's happening. That's going to be a well, it's going to be... It's going to be a refinery. That's not untrue. What I'm trying to decide is, do we want 2 of these? Probably. So, if we put one... Oh, you know what? I can just H this because I can go infinite with it now, so it's a lot easier. Line this up, because if we're lined up here, it would just go straight in. Well, it's probably fine. But spread it out enough that I have some room to put down a splitter thingy. That looks pretty good. And then just put one kind of next to it. Like that. Connect that. Should throw oil in. Well, it's not plugged in. Oh, what do these make? Okay. That's the stuff I was talking, the residue, right? And that looks like residue. It's hard for me to tell. It's just small and darkish. I don't know what color it is. I think that's right. Yeah, heavy oil residue, that's fine. And then if this one were the other one, heavy oil resin rubber. Okay. So that being connected, it's sort of throwing oil in, except it's not powered yet. And if I had a splitter guy thing, junction. Right. I'm trying to think if I need... No, I can just put it as close as I want because there's no solid stuff coming through this thing. 7... And neat. That's not what I want, but it's neat. Never seen that before. And then we just toggle build mode until I like one of these, right? That's cool, let's do that. And then if we want to be all spiffy about it, you said this one was...
It's either 2 or 14. It's probably 2.
Yeah, those are reversed.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty dark. That's handled. So, what we do now is put down kind of one of these stretched over to here, just to put it kind of out of the way. Connect that there, connect that there, connect that, maybe there. And that should start. So oil's going in, it's going to make rubber, oil, plastic. Still aren't doing anything with the canisters, but we'll get to that. And we're not doing anything with the heavy oil residue, which, now that I think about it, we're going to need canisters for that, to repackage it, to throw it into a mulcher, to get rid of it, because we don't want it. So, to that end, let's... Yeah, there's actually going to be a little more involved than I was thinking it was. We'll just... It's fine. We'll build this out to have room for what we're talking about. It'll be fine. In the worst case, I can put that splitter back and do what we're doing with plastic. It'll be okay. So build this out so I have the room that I want. And get a packager first of all. 2 packagers because it's different fluids. That is not the packager. Give me that thing. Is this? Yeah. Put this here lined up with one of these. It can be pretty close. Oh, you know, it can't be that close because I gotta have room to get the other stuff out through the conveyor. Is that? What? Oh, it's over there. That looks pretty good. And oh, you know, give me, found out this works. If I just click on that, it should retain its color, right? Oh, except it's the wrong color now. This is residue. What color is residue?
Residue is purple. Possibly 7.
Works for me. Let's plug in our packagers. They can go right here, because why not? What?
I just found out that if you do that center click on
Yeah.
a sign
Yeah.
and then put it down somewhere else, it keeps the
It just
setting.
clones it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might. Anyway, I noticed that actually when I made the, up here with the new, I didn't point this out yet. I mentioned it, I just didn't look at it. I put in a second, instructor, or whatever the hell it is that you make it. Or is it? This is a new assembler that's making more frames because we could use more frames. I just center clicked the one that we had that was doing that and put it down, and it was all set up for that. I did have to put the, if I'd had these on me, it probably would have populated, but I had to do it manually. Not a big deal. And then this is a little goofy, but it's working. I think, yeah, we're good. Yeah, so now we have oil coming into this, liquefying, doing what we want, producing what we don't want, which goes in here to get packaged. And I did that wrong. We actually want to package that, which would probably, what the hell? This is plugged in though, right? It seems slow and I don't know why. Maybe because we got jammed up plastic and rubber, so it's just not producing what we need. Find that out later. So once these are packaged, let's just set up a box to catch this stuff for now, and we'll figure out what to do with it all later. Okay, yeah. Let's throw that down. Throw it down. About like that, and then connect output, and then probably do one of these first. And connect. I guess it. Wait a minute, did we get a third? Straight curve default. When did we get curve?
Yep.
Well, straight works. It's funky, but it works. And that'll contain all of the packaged blurt, the residue. We'll get there when we do. Now we need to peel out the just stash this for now until I can think of a better thing to do with it. So if this were like, can I hit does control do anything? No. But if I do about there, and I'm going to line this up. Actually, if I put it down next to it, can I? Sorta? Maybe? Is that next to it? Is that right? This H thing might work out for me. Hit H, back off, bring it with me. What? Is it just complaining that, okay, yeah, it's fine. Bring that to the edge here. These are probably not actually symmetrical, but whatever. That there. Give me a couple of 9 ones so we can get this into the air. Like that, and then 3 from here to there. And from here, here. Is that starting to do anything? Idle. Why is it idle? Oh, because we have empty canisters too, we can't do anything with. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Okay. What I'm trying to decide, does this tell me numbers? If we produce 60 crude oil and 60 canisters, that stands to reason. This would produce, this doesn't tell me anything. This would produce or require 30 and 30. So it's really, yeah, I'm going to have to put that back with the plastic becoming casing. Apparently I did that wrong. I thought we would just get extra plastic and we'd be fine, but I guess I got it wrong. I'm going to probably have to kill this real quick. Give me a program, that kind of splitter is good enough. Pull that down, connect, yeah, connect that to that. It'd be fine, and then if this were plastic, basically, because that's what I require. There we go. So they'll fill up and go back to making canisters for, really it's just getting rid of, well, it's partly sending water to along that to be used up there, it's a thing. But here we can just recycle the canisters, and that's fine. The only problem now is I gotta figure out where the hell those are. Okay, they're here. Can I do a basic splitter in a good way? About like that. And then figure out where. Connect that. And this can go over here. Ultimately into here, right? That just works. It reaches. Okay. And then similarly, this can go maybe over. It's just not long enough. I figured. That's fine. Start there and then go there. I should start putting canisters in here, right? We got the canister, but not the oil. We have canisters. So that, and we can speed all this up if it helps us. And that's just storing up plastic and then rubber over here, right? So that is that. What is jammed up? It was at the, yeah, it looks like it probably is. Reanimated Sam is probably, okay, we're adding that to the list because that, I was right, it filled up. That one. And then let go of me, and that should clear that. And that just leaves plastic and rubber to fill in, and that's what we're doing. I could, at this point, by the way, shut down this. Really don't need excess. I don't need any of this. That can go, and then that can go because it can go. We don't need it. That can go. Nope. F. F. What? F. Might need this again later for something. For now, it's just fine. That most of this can just go. It's just gonna get burned. I might actually peel this out of there and throw it up. See if we need it. I did send iron ingots down here from upstairs. They're pretty full, so it doesn't really matter. Jam it into the basic sorting system, and if there's a spot for it, good. If not, it'll go away on its own time. Let's get rid of everything here. Yeah, so that leaves, now that we have, well, probably, I'll keep an eye on it for a sec, but we should have plastic and rubber storing up. That's rubber. That's plastic. That's... We're going to get to that. Are these both doing anything now? That has canisters. Yeah, so that's going on. I guess I can just throw in a TicketMulcher. There's no point trying to get to one that we have. I'll just make a new one. So, set this down to get rid of the package fluids that we don't want. should feel what we're doing, right? Yeah. Plug that in so it does anything for us. Should start working. That leaves these rubber and well, this whole thing really could be faster, I think. I'll get to it. If kind of ultimately want these to go into that thing. I'm just trying to decide if it's as simple as punching it in somewhere. I mean, we can just hook it up to this thing, honestly. Yeah, we can try that. If I'm wrong, I'll fix it later. Let's go over and see what altitude we're talking about. I can't tell. You know what this needs? This needs Roller Coaster Tycoon elevation markers. That's the next thing we really, really need. Let's try that, and if I'm wrong, I'll fix it. If this goes... Is that going to reach? Probably not. I can't imagine... Yeah, it's not going to get anywhere near it. Let's actually... Why are you like this? Let's go this way with this. Apparently to here. It's still not going to make it. It's close, and it's about the right height, so I like that. If I can get this where it looks like it's lined up. Oh, it's not, though. Let's do it. Yeah, okay, don't do that. I mean, I should have done it this way in the first place. Connect that to right here. Connect that to that. And that's our plastic going into the system. Which means if I got some, I can drop it off. And, I guess for our purposes, I can just throw in like a merger here. And get this to come out. There. Right? And now it's throwing in rubber. And those are both going into the thing that, once they're in here, there's... This decides rubber and plastic go separate ways, otherwise they loop through and try again, because otherwise it could fill up. Well, you see what happens when it jams up. We don't want that. That, I think, is that, and then we just arguably kick up production on anything that's happening here. We can try it and see what the results are. Which means, give me a lump of these. I guess give me those. That might help. I don't know if it actually will. Those go in and speed that up. This, yeah, we can use it double stuff, which is handy. We do want extra, if we can do it. So, speed up and double. These probably don't duplicate. Yeah, these are just sped up. And is there anything else? I think that's that, and now it's just throwing whatever we got. Which will, once we use up this box and maybe the one beneath it. It's really not taking... It's not... I did just speed it up, so it could accelerate over time. This one's sped up. Let's go drop off those. And these I can just stash because we don't have enough to get in my way. If I just go turn back on the drone that is bringing in oil, we'll just keep having oil. If we get extra oil, it'll just get recycled. But one way or the other, we should have plastic and oil happening here, or plastic and rubber. That one's over here somewhere. I think it's this one? No, this one. Imported oil, turn that on, instantly dumps the oil out of this thing, which is now empty. Don't need F. I don't know why I'm still doing this. That. And it's got fuel, right? Okay. Yeah, that should just happen. It goes through, it goes down, goes underneath. Probably jams up a bit because I just introduced new junk into the system. Okay, that's jammed up a lot. Not really sure why. Goes down here. Goes down into this. And it's just doing that, yeah. Yeah, that'll work, ultimately. Just kind of a mess right now. Oh, and then, of course, yeah, I can get rid of this. Well, no, it's filling in. Yeah, it's coming in fast enough right now that it's doing both. It's going up this thing and also out, so that's fine. And this is doing this, which is doing that, and yeah, we're good. So we're getting we're getting 150 crude oil a minute. That's important to note. That's what we're producing. And we're producing 150 canisters, which are not a factor in this. 75. That's going to be both of those. And we need 75 residue, which is... Technically, we're getting 50 residue a minute, but I guess I don't care very much. If we have extra... Ooh, do I care very much? Yeah, that might actually jam up on these things a bit. I'm not sure what to do about that. That's a splitter. Let's actually then... I know what I'm going to do. Sorta. I don't know how I'm going to do it. If we take this out of here... Can I... Let's do this, and just go up a bit. And then turn the corner, and we'll just follow this to here. And that to here. And give me a merger. That should, yeah, that'll be fine. Kind of uses all of these up instead of filling them up with stuff, but there should be enough left over. We aren't going to, where the hell is it? We shouldn't run out. Yeah, it's still at 100 every time, so that's fine. That works just great. Time is, well, we got about 12 minutes. Well, I mean, that was kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't have any other real plans for today. We got a lift that gets us up to where we, and then I can go see, by the way, how we're doing with, I mean, it's just starting out. There's not going to be a lot of changes yet, but if plastic was, what, about 3 or 4 boxes down? I don't know what the, I need to, okay, there's that. So I think maybe, yeah, right there. And that's also plastic that was going in here from the rest of the system, but it's a little more dedicated, I suppose. Rubber's presumably about the same, but a little far down because it's like that. And that's filling in. Great. One day those will both be full, and then we'll wonder why we're doing this anymore, but for now it's good, and we got the drone going back and forth getting us the oil, and the oil's being produced. We know that. We'll make sure this is looking good. Yeah, we need altitude markers on everything, and I'm trying to think of a way to, like, have a sign. Is it here? No. That's imported oil. Where is it? Actually, I can probably find out this way. Drone. Port. It's picking it up right now. So whenever that's done, it flies here for about 2 minutes and drops it off, and we have more oil in the system. It's fine. It works that way. Pretty sure it's not working. Once it gets out of the way, I can zoom in and make sure that there's... Maybe I can do it now. I don't know if there's room. Yeah, so that's refilling because it does that, but it's also filling the drone. And once the drone is disabled, the drone may have lifted off by now. It's hard to get there it goes. It lifts itself pretty far into the air before it starts moving. That's it, right? Yeah. So that's showing up over... That's you. Where am I? What's this? I'm right here somewhere. I just don't see where I am. But I do see where that is. So it's just going to be here in a second. Coming in from over here. There it is, maybe. I'm right, unless that's a different one. I'm right, that's full of... It's one of... Well, that was Dancy. That's got 900 oil, so... That's new stock for the system, that's the point. Yeah, I think that's fine, and it'll work great. In as much as we need it to. And at this point now we have oil and whatever comes from oil. Well, we have oil and residue and theoretically just petrol. For anything more advanced, you start needing some other stuff that we don't really have here, but we probably could. Looks like this is working. It's... Yep, that's just churning through, and that's going where it needs to go to repackage, and that's 67, which is a little less than I'd like it to be, I guess, but I don't think it'll be a big problem. The important thing is that we're not jammed up on anything, right? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's all... Well, that was just empty. That one's holding it up. Yeah, we could probably think of a way to switch back some of the canisters that are getting mulch. Just to make... I don't know why the hell it's... There's no priority to go that way instead of that way or that way. It should be just... How many do we get? 2 at once. Yeah, it looks like it's just cycling. So, once it's split that way, and then it's that way, and then it's that way, and that way, it doesn't really matter. If we're producing 3 at once, it's not, but that might make a difference. I think it's okay. I don't think it matters. If I'm wrong, we can figure out why at some point and fix it later. That's pretty much what we're doing today, right? Unless you have something.
Nope, I've just been restocking on nuts and berries because I used them all.
Spheres, you found a sphere.
Yeah, I found a sphere, but I used all the nuts and berries and mushrooms making more medicinal inhalers because...
No, it's not. It's not empty. It looked empty because they're teensy. That's getting low. That's okay. Let me get you some...
Quick wire?
Yeah, except I don't know if I'm going to be able to just do that. Yeah, that's empty. That's... No, is there an 8 now? I have to go find... I can just... figure out... Oh, by the way... Well... That... That in there, how are we doing on not dying? Obviously pretty well, we're not dead, but... Day 312, so... Yeah. A few more weeks, we'll hit 365, and probably nothing will happen, but I'll be interested to see what tries to happen anyway. Not going to be an achievement, we have all of those, there's nothing else to get. But, yeah, whatever it is, it'll be neat when it happens. I just hope we keep an eye on it and notice that it happens. We got probably a few more episodes, unless we do a lot of downtime work. Like, apparently 7 weeks, what is... what did I just say that was? 12?
Yeah.
So 65, 53. That's 7 weeks. It's almost 7 weeks. It's fine. Whatever.
No, nothing's gonna happen anyway.
I know, it's just weird. I want to see it happen. Whatever. Any plans for... Oh, I can probably do this real quick. I don't need that. They're confusing me over whether I've done it. I don't know if we have any plans for next time. Can't think of much. Nothing specific. I'm sure we can come up with something to do. We do have still, we haven't even talked about the pneumatic pipes, the, bank pipes, whatever they are. We can look into that sometime, I guess. I kind of don't like them, but I don't like them historically. The new ones I think are probably better, so maybe we'll do that. It's a thought. Alright, well, we'll get out of here. You can like and subscribe and, turn oil into plastic and rubber wherever you are. And we can also talk a little about those things, converting stuff to make everything really local if we want to, but that is a whole big job. We'll have to think about it, map it out. Click the stupid bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time. Bye.